Hello, everybody, and I would like to thank my wonderful subscribers. Hello, everybody, and today we are going to be watching Mr. Nightmare 3 Sleepy True Gym Horror Stories. I did not remember one time I've actually been to a public gym. Never. So yeah, needless to say, I don't have any gym-related horror stories. Not even at Shadul, which doesn't have a gym, but it has a workout area. So yeah, I think we should just hop into this right now.
My heart's fine.
I'm only 40.
Cover up the items.
Ignoring your heart health risk is no way to go through the world. Take Bayer's 2-minute...
Here we go. Yeah. Gym horror. What was that noise? Hey. Nah.
For the purpose of this story, I'll refer to myself as Nolan.
Nolan.
This started the way most gym friendships start. You
How?
see the same guy a lot, you nod at each other. After a while, you stop pretending you don't recognize them.
Yeah.
You just say what's up like it's no big thing.
That's
I was going to my gym almost every day after work. Same time, same routine. It was the only part of my day that felt predictable. One of the regulars was a guy named Josh. He had that look like he wanted people to see him as a serious lifter. Always in some kind of fitted shirt, always a shaker bottle, always walking around with that big duffel bag. He was there so often, it felt like he lived there.
Maybe
At first,
he did.
It was just small stuff, like a head nod when we passed the dumbbells. Pretty normal. You see the same faces long enough, and it starts to feel rude not to acknowledge them.
Yeah.
Josh seemed friendly enough.
I did see that.
He would smile and do that quick chin-up thing, like we were already friends, even though we really weren't.
Like this?
One day, I was about to do bench, and he was already on the bench in the next rack over. He looked over and asked if I could spot him.
Okay.
That's when it actually became something.
Yeah.
I said sure.
He trusted you.
I stood behind the bench while he unracked the bar.
Nice.
He was strong, I'll give him that. He did a few reps, and he struggled on the last one, so I helped guide it back. He sat up, and then he started talking like he had been waiting for this moment.
Really?
He asked me how long I'd been lifting, what my split was, some basic gym talk. I told him, and he told me his.
Yeah?
He talked fast, and I could tell he was high energy. He asked where I was from, what I do for work, and if I lived close. I kept it basic.
Did you?
I didn't give him my address or anything,
Well,
just the general
good.
area.
I hope you
He said
wouldn't.
he lived not far from me, and he laughed like that was proof we were meant to be friends.
Yeah, that's
Before I
weird.
went back to my set, he asked if I had Instagram. He
Wow.
held out his phone pretty casually,
That's
so I just followed him back. It didn't seem like a big deal.
It
People
wasn't.
exchange socials all the time now.
Yeah.
It's like the modern version of swapping numbers.
Or
For the
business
next couple of
cards.
weeks, it was the same routine, but slightly different. If Josh was there, he would come over and say what's up. He'd ask what I was training. He'd comment on something I did, like he was coaching me, even though I didn't ask.
Okay.
It wasn't offensive, just a little much.
Really?
I figured he was just one of those guys who treated the gym like a community center. He would
Oh.
DM me gym memes sometimes.
Yeah,
Dumb
no,
stuff,
that would be
videos
weird.
of guys failing lifts, or edits of bodybuilders with dramatic music. I'd just react with a laugh.
Well, at least he always kept them on topic. At least he didn't send you videos of, like, dancing taps. He kept it related to exercise, at least. That's appreciated.
He would DM me gym memes sometimes. Dumb stuff, videos of guys failing lifts, or edits of bodybuilders with dramatic music.
Okay.
I'd just react with a laughing emoji and keep it moving. I didn't want to be rude. He seemed like he just wanted a gym friend.
Yeah.
Then he messaged me one day saying there was a local festival happening that weekend and we should go.
Really?
I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
I looked it up, and it was one of those town festivals with food trucks, cheap drinks, random vendors, live music.
You did
and a
know?
crowd that's half families and half people just there to get buzzed in the middle of the day. I hesitated, but I said sure. It sounded like something to do. I figured it would be a quick hangout.
Because, like, the thing is, you guys are gym friends. Like, you know that as soon as you stop being at the gym, you don't know how you guys are gonna act around each other. You guys can't just keep talking about the gym if you're not at the gym. So, like, you guys actually have to, like, know each other about something else. And that's kind of hard. I've never had anything like that.
If it was awkward, I could leave early.
Yeah.
When the day came, I met him there in the afternoon. The first thing I noticed was how different he seemed outside the gym.
Really? How?
At the gym, he had that controlled energy.
But
outside,
here?
it was like he had no volume knob. He was loud from the moment I saw him.
Ooh.
He came up grinning too hard, slapped me on the shoulder, and started talking like we were reuniting after years apart.
Okay, that's weird.
And he started doing these weird voices, like cartoon voices.
Yeah.
High-pitched, nasally, and then suddenly deep and scratchy.
Why?
He'd say normal sentences, but in a voice like he was doing an impression. It didn't fit the situation.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we were telling jokes and he was doing characters. He just kept switching voices for no reason, like he couldn't help himself.
Yeah, that's weird.
At first, I laughed
Not
because
bad,
it caught me off
but
guard.
weird.
It was so random that it was kind of funny.
Okay.
But then it kept going.
Yeah.
We got drinks and walked around, and it was like the alcohol flipped something on in him. His jokes got more inappropriate.
How?
Not in a clever way, more in a shock value way.
Oh.
He'd point at random people and make comments that you should not say out loud.
What?
Especially not around families.
Give me an
He
example.
kept trying to make me laugh by saying stuff that would get him punched if the wrong person heard it.
Damn.
I found myself doing that tight smile thing, laughing a little bit, but also looking around to see if anyone heard.
Yeah.
He didn't seem to care at all. He would look right at people
I mean,
while
he
saying
is
things,
blonde.
like he wanted them to react. A couple times I told him to chill, like calm down, and he would laugh and do another voice, like a creepy whisper, saying my name like it was part of the joke. Nolan, in this fake, spooky tone. He did it more than once. It was weird how much he liked saying my name.
Yeah.
Still, the festival was busy and loud, and I could tell myself it was just him being socially awkward and trying too hard. Some people have no filter once they start drinking. I didn't want to judge him too harshly off one day. We ended up staying a couple hours. I went home thinking he was strange, but probably harmless.
Harmless.
After that, he kept messaging
Not the
me
best
more.
word.
He started sending DMs that were less like memes and more like constant check-ins. Asking what I was doing, asking if I was going to the gym later,
A bit
asking
putsy.
if I wanted to link up again. At first I answered, but then I slowed down. I'm not the type of person who wants to be texting all day with a guy I barely know.
Yeah.
He asked me to go out to a bar one weekend and said he invited 2 girls to meet us.
Okay.
That made it feel more normal.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're just going out, there'll be other people, it won't be just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
So I
Maybe
agreed.
he'll be normal.
We met at the bar at night. Josh showed up already buzzed, I could tell right away. He
Wait.
had that half-there look in his eye.
Wait, let me dash. Let me dash. There are no sales. He just said that so you would come over and he could see you again.
And the extra confidence. We ordered drinks and about 10 minutes passed. Then 20, and no one else showed up.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll be
I
right.
asked about the girls, and he said they bailed.
No,
He said it like it was nothing, like it happened all the
they
time.
bailed.
Meanwhile, he hyped this up almost like it was a double date. I felt like he lied the entire time about the girls just
Oh,
to
I
get
bet
me
he
there.
did.
That thought landed in my stomach and stayed there. Then the voices started again.
Oh, no.
Even worse this time. He wasn't just doing cartoon voices.
What?
He was doing these creepy, exaggerated sounds, like fake laughing, fake crying, then switching into a deep voice, like a movie villain. He would incorporate these sounds and voices into the conversation we were having, but it was still so weird. He kept doing it right at the table, while people around us were trying to have normal conversations. I saw a couple at the bar look over and smirk. Not because it was funny, but because it was awkward. Like they were watching someone make a fool of themselves.
Okay, you have
Josh
to
seemed
leave
to
now.
notice and leaned into it. He got louder.
No.
He started telling jokes that didn't even make sense, then laughing at himself too hard.
No, I'm
Every
out.
time I tried to bring the conversation back to normal, he'd interrupt.
Yeah, as soon as he starts getting other people's attention and I'm with him, no, I'm out. Yeah, I cannot handle that level of a weird situation. I'm just leaving, buddy. Buddy boy. Stay here and make a fool of yourself if you want, but I am not gonna be your buddy in it.
With another voice, and then he started saying my name again.
No.
Nolan.
Nolan.
Listen, Nolan. It was like he couldn't talk without anchoring me to him. I
Nolan.
felt embarrassed sitting there, not because I cared what the strangers thought, although I did feel like he made me look like a weirdo by association, but because his energy was so off that it made me feel trapped.
Well,
People were
run
watching.
away.
The bartender looked annoyed, like she thought he was overly drunk and considering kicking him out.
Do it.
Josh kept drinking. He ordered shots and tried to get me to do them.
No.
I said no, and he acted like I was betraying him. He made a joke about me being boring. Then he did a voice like a crying baby. I forced a laugh, but inside I wanted to get out of there so bad. I looked at my phone and made the decision I was leaving. I told him I had to go help my brother with something.
Yeah.
It was the first excuse that came to mind. Josh stared at me for a second like he didn't believe it. His face changed and he looked genuinely annoyed, like I had just ruined his night.
Hey, I stayed here with you for a while.
I repeated that I had to go. He said something under his breath.
What?
Then did that fake laugh again.
What was
but it sounded angry this time.
Oh.
I stood up, said I'd see him at the gym, and left.
Don't say that. You don't want to see him again.
People looked at me as I left, and I knew it was because we were a spectacle in there because of him. On the drive home, I felt relief. It was like I had been holding my breath for an hour.
An hour?
Myself, that was it.
A whole
wasn't hanging
hour
out with him again. Gym acquaintances is one thing. This was something else.
Yeah.
The next time I went to the gym, I saw him. I tried to avoid eye contact. I stayed on the other side of the gym, hoping he wouldn't notice. Of course he did.
Yeah.
He came up behind me while I was re-racking dumbbells and said, "What's up?" like
me.
Nothing happened. He was overly friendly again, like the bar night didn't exist. He asked why I left so early. I shrugged and said I had to help my brother.
Yeah.
He asked if my brother was good, and I said yeah.
Yeah.
Then he started talking about going out again.
No,
like he was already setting up the next time. I kept my answers short. I told him I had a lot going on.
Yeah.
He didn't take the hint. He stayed right there talking while I tried to move through my workout. He followed me from one station to another like he was glued to me.
Yeah.
Every time I tried to end the conversation, he'd start a new one. It felt like he had decided I would
ask to use the bathroom. That's what I would do. I would just ask to use the bathroom and just like stay in the bathroom for like a really long time. Like 20 minutes. Because like if you have your phone, you can just watch YouTube in the bathroom and then walk out whenever you want. So yeah, I would just hide in the bathroom for him to leave.
He was his person now and he wasn't letting go. After that, I started changing my gym time. I'd go earlier or later just to avoid him.
Thank you.
Sometimes it worked, and sometimes it didn't. And when I didn't see him, I felt better.
Yeah.
But then I'd get messages. More than before. If I didn't open them, he'd send another.
Yeah.
If I left him on scene, he'd send messages like, "You good?" I started not opening my Instagram.
When did you done it that really
I hated the feeling of seeing his name pop up.
I want to kill you.
It was like a knot in my stomach every time. I thought that if I ignored him long enough, he'd get bored and move on.
No.
One night,
did you see him? He'd sleepy as hell. I'm just waiting for him to start sending the messages that say, "Why aren't you answering? How dare you not answer? What was it? What happened? Was I not good enough? Why are you not spending time with me?" Yeah, I'm just waiting for those messages.
I was in my room, lying in bed, trying to fall asleep.
Oh, God.
It was a hot summer night, and my window was cracked.
Why?
My room is on the first floor, facing the backyard.
No. Oh, my God.
I heard something outside. It was a low and drawn-out voice, like someone trying to sound spooky on purpose.
No.
It said my name.
Oh, God.
It wasn't loud, but it was right outside.
The window.
Close enough that it felt like it was under my window.
Yeah.
And after that, it was just the sound of the wind, making the abrupt stop even more unsettling.
Yeah, the window.
I sat up in bed, listening hard.
Yeah,
I heard nothing else.
The window.
I got up and went to the window and looked through the blinds.
No!
Though I couldn't see anyone, I felt someone's presence out there.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. I whispered through the window, asking if it was Josh. I didn't need to say his name out loud, but it slipped out because that was who it sounded like.
Yeah.
When there was no answer, I backed away from the window and grabbed my phone.
The window.
My first thought was, how would he even know where I lived? I hadn't told him my address, nor posted it.
Instantly.
I went to Instagram and messaged him. I asked if he was outside my house. I stared at the screen after I sent it, feeling stupid, but I needed to know. The messages showed seen a few minutes later. That made it worse. He saw it and didn't answer right away. I watched those little seconds pass like they were hours.
God.
Then he replied with one word.
What?
No.
Okay.
That was it. Incredibly fishy why he wouldn't respond something more. At the very least questioning why I asked that.
Well, yeah, that is a good
respond.
question.
I put my phone down and tried to forget it.
Yeah,
the next day, he messaged me again, asking why I was being cold and distant. I didn't answer.
You're sleepy.
I didn't want a conversation. I didn't want to give him anything to latch onto, but that night, I heard it again. This time, it wasn't outside my window.
Where was it?
It was in my backyard, farther back,
Oh.
like someone standing near the fence line.
Nope.
It was the same intentionally creepy voice in the same fake tone, like it was meant to scare me. It sounded like Josh doing one of his voices. He said my name again, slow and stretched out. Then it stopped abruptly, as if he noticed movement inside.
Nope.
I got up and walked to the window fast
Why?
and pulled the blinds aside and stared out. The backyard looked empty. I closed the blinds and locked the door. Even though it was hot, I shut it completely. I turned my fan up to full blast so I wouldn't hear anything else.
Okay.
And I picked up my phone and messaged Josh again. This time I didn't ask. I told him if he didn't leave and if he ever came back, I would contact the police and get a restraining order. I left it off with calling him a freak.
Wow.
I blocked him right after sending it.
I mean, I said that, but I don't know him.
I told myself that was the end. I had drawn a line. He would get scared off. That's what normal people do when they get threatened with police. But Josh wasn't normal, clearly.
Yeah.
I lay there staring at the ceiling, and I couldn't sleep. Even with the fan on full blast, my ears were still searching for sounds outside. A part of me felt this awful curiosity. Like if I didn't check the window, I'd be blindsided. I rolled over and carefully lifted the blinds just a little. Through the small gaps, I saw a figure close to the window.
Oh!
A shadow outline standing still. It was so close that it blocked some of the faint light from outside. I yelled loud right at the window, telling him to get out and never come back. The figure/shadow shifted away from the window and disappeared into the dark. I stood there now shaking, listening for the sound of the gate closing or something, but there was just silence now. After that, I didn't feel safe in my own room anymore. Every sound outside made me think he was back. I stopped going to that gym completely. I didn't want him seeing my routine. I signed up at a different gym across town, even though
there
it was
was
more
another
expensive
one
and further away.
Oh, okay.
I stopped posting on Instagram for a while. I kept my blinds closed at night, and I started checking locks obsessively. 3 weeks passed and nothing happened, so I started to relax a little.
Oh no, what happened?
Then one morning, I walked out to my car and saw my rear tire was flat. I crouched down and saw the cut. It was a clean slice in the sidewall.
Shit.
He slashed my tire. I looked up and down the street like I expected him to be standing there watching me.
No, he probably did that a while
I didn't
ago.
confront Josh. He was blocked anyway. I knew confronting him would only feed whatever this was.
Of course.
If he did slash my tire, it meant he was watching me. It meant he wanted a reaction. I didn't want to give him one. I got the tire replaced, and that same day I bought cameras. I installed Ring cameras around the house, front and back.
That's great.
I put motion lights in the backyard. I didn't like spending the money, but I liked the idea of being blind even less. I kept a low profile after that.
You like the idea of being safe.
I stopped going out late. I didn't take the same route home every day, and I checked the Ring app every time I get a motion notification.
Good.
The worst part about all of this was knowing a guy I met in the most normal place, a guy I just tried to be friendly to, developed this disturbing obsession with me after hanging out twice.
It wasn't
someone
just
like that decides you're their friend or you hold any sort of relationship with them, good luck getting them out of your life. So my advice is to be careful who you let into your life at all.
But yeah. There are 3 stories, but I think I'm gonna cut it off at the first one since, to me, we are already at 20 minutes. This was a good story about a seducer. I don't think it was the 2 meetings. I think he was probably obsessed with you before that. He probably saw you a couple of times. You were nice to him. He asked you to help him, and you did. And that's probably where he started getting obsessed with you. But, yeah. And she is right. Be careful about who you let into your life. I let no one in. And look at me. I'm still alive. And I've never been traumatized. But, yeah. I think that is all I have to say in this part, and I hope to see you guys in part 2. Bye!